Greetings. Greetings. How are y'all doing? I just realized the music's probably still a touch loud. How's it going? We are here again on another Tuesday night. Or perhaps it's a Wednesday morning for you. I don't know. Where are you in the world? Perhaps that will depend. Greetings. Hello. It is time to do some more detectiving, sleuthing. Words. I just almost ran over my toe. Hello. Chaos. We may have some guests. It looks like we do have some guests. Please be nice to my guests, or I will eat your toes. Not in a kinky way. You will have no organs. Crazy. This is not a threat for legal reasons. Anyways, it is time for some smooth jazz here. Let me just pause this. No, why is it not pausing? Why is it not pausing? Oh my god. Aha. Aha. Yeah, ripped toes, literally. This is why you should be nice to my guests, so you don't have to worry about your toes. Alright. Smooth jazz. Smooth jazz. Hello. Okay. Greetings. It is I, the freaking cryptid trapped in the corner of your screen. Haha. Alright. Lit. Oh my god, it squeaks. Hey! Okay, that's gonna get really annoying really quickly. Alright. We have large amounts of evidence. We have a large number of individuals. We are still looking for some individuals. We also have a notebook that is very disorganized. Of course, it's disorganized. Many pages. Greetings. We also have a house. Crazy! We're on the property ladder. Couldn't be me. Oh my god, that is a very low poly bear. And then we need the lady to come back. Mystery Comics. Tales of Suspense. We don't have an author, otherwise I would look that up on the computer. Alright. Alright. Let us begin our dastardly deeds. Okay, let's actually not begin our dastardly deeds on the computer. Yeah, let's first begin by deleting our browser history. Okay, so Bonnie is not a housewife, I don't think. We need what? We need four additional blood relatives to get checked. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so we don't have some corrections here. We don't have any corrections. There's some that are going to have to be corrected, but I don't know what. Especially after looking at breast milk cheese, probably fair to wipe the history. Hey, it's a marketable item, I guess. It's a commodity. Okay, so we have a lot of mistakes. Because we have more than 4 filled in. Like, fully filled in, like, picture and everything. So, like, that tells me that something's wrong. Oh, never mind. I just put a housewife in. We're good. Don't know what we did. Crazy. Don't know if I was holding off on that last time. This could be a mistake. Oh. You also locked the following. Catherine Wilkins. Child. Booyah. Okay. Where's Catherine Wilkins that got locked? Oh, okay. So we have finished this section, except for we do not have the Spouse of Miracle root tree. But we have finished that side of the tree. We need 5 more. So at 4 more, we lock in. At 5 more, we have everyone but the top secret. So my guess is we'll probably get another hint somewhere. But, okay, what are we missing? We are missing, so Gwendolyn Morden is not a housewife. Gwyneth Madsen. Well, let's put her in as a housewife. The reason I'm putting them in as housewives is because there was a comment made by Lauren Roottrees that Gwyn Roottrees was the first female Roottrees to not be a housewife. So everyone who's older than her, in theory, should be a housewife. Oh wait, this doesn't make sense. Gwyneth is not older than her. Okay. So that's why you are not a housewife. You are not a housewife. That should solve those two. Hello, kitty. Jane LaRue has no picture still. Clark Rafferty is missing. This image is not apparently Clark Rafferty. This did not get confirmed. That is actually also an interesting thing to note. I wonder if these ones swap. Let's swap those two for now and see what happens. Okay, so we have an unknown child. Will be the last name will be Roottrees. We have unknown spouses, but that's not technically required. We have an unknown child who is a child. And we have a lot of spouses, and we also are missing some occupations. I think that's the biggest one for me, is that I'm just missing so many occupations at this point. Oh, did you mean Roottrees? I did. Wait, the other thought here is she may have been in Business Watch or Butler County. What about if I just put her in a Sam Roottrees? Because she did get announced and she got hold of some sort of property or something. Who even has jobs in the Roottrees days? Several people. Several people. They have all sorts of occupations. Actually quite a large list of occupations, which means I can't just brute force it. I mean, I could just brute force it. But that seems like a bad idea. Okay. So, this hints list is a very helpful thing. Newspaper clipping. Atlantis Burden. Spider search. Wait, where's my clue board? Schedule of many works featuring her upcoming book. Spider search. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay, so I already got this. I also already got the book. So there's something missing that I haven't accounted for in here. Oh, wait. Local art. Yeah, okay, so that's why I checked the local one. I've used the image of her, too. Sculptures in one of the many works featured in her upcoming book. I mean, yes, I have searched the upcoming book in the library as well. Oh, wait. She has a different name. Caroline. It's Caroline, not Catherine. It's Caroline. I'm getting them mixed up already. Wait, what's her married last name? Oh, wait, no, she's a Morden, not a Roottrees. That's why. Okay. Okay. I think I've already used this, though. What if I just Google, like... Okay. The other option is this only has one. I can go for, like, a higher value one. Rolling down to the city. Has 5 pieces to it. As seen in MMM. Okay, so... Corneliner notes, it satirizes how part of society was content to be indifferent to the economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East, and let pop culture trick them into caring. What if I just look up roller discos? Only the great-grandson. The lyrics of the song contain no clues. I don't care. The lyrics of the song may contain no clues. But we're gonna try it anyways. Okay. See if I can just pull like a relevant article maybe. When civil unrest makes civil hands unclean. There's like 5 things in here. How? Rolling on down to the city. Okay. Cousin is axe. Okay, we know about the axe, and we know about the cousin. As a result, Clark and Edgar are like brothers. Diamond and Jane are actually sisters. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music. Okay. Raffertunes. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to Raffertunes here. Okay, so we know about Clark being an advertiser. Like, I'm fairly certain we have, for lack of a better term, beaten the horse. It is definitely time to be on the case. Back on the case, but not aware of what happens. Okay. So she helped out on the farm. I'm going to put her down as a mechanic. I'm just curious if this will lock. I don't think it'll lock because I need 4. I can't just be guessing here. But we'll try a guess anyways and see what happens. About a band unrelated. Okay, what if we just look them up in here? Oh, wait. You just copy his name. I'm not going to try and type that out. That's not happening. Okay, fine. We'll search periodicals. Okay. Did he have any other ones? Maybe Raffertunes is worth looking up here. They made ad jingles, so I didn't expect them to be actually relevant. But it never hurts to check. What else can I check? I can also check the diary, but... Okay. What if I just look up Diamond? What if I look her up? Okay, so this is about the LaRues. And are going by their full names. I could also check for Kim again. Oh, wait. LaRue? Okay. She has a different name. It's not that. Oh no, she is Kim LaRue. I have images though. I don't have any pictures of Jane LaRue though. They had a band. Okay. These times. Okay, wait. Let's just quickly run it in here. Ah, okay, I haven't run all the iterations. Here we go. Okay, so this is their old band name called These Times. Some with the username Die Hard Dazzler. Scan the cover. Notice it cost them over $200 at an auction. The track is also available. Perfect. These Times. Ah, here's where all the pictures are. Perfect. These Times is an old single from folk groups C&J plus J&D. You have a scan of the album as well as a recording of a title track thanks to a collector of Jim and Roottrees memorabilia. Perfect. Website also links the song's credits. Folk style songwriting. Lyrics to the clues. Well, let's listen to These Times. Blue sticker on the cover, a note. Yes. It's the blue stickers are like little notes that they've given. So like that one has that note. This one here, this note here is this image is it has a sticker that says only the great grandson. So yes, the stickers are notes. Oh, they went up. These times are ours for free. I like this one better than the other one. You know what? They should have stuck to this kind of news. No, I'm kidding. Ignore the colder. Okay. I need to like stop listening to the song and like put the people's pictures somewhere. Alright. So one of them is Clark, one of them is James, one of them is Diamond, and one of them is Jane. We're gonna take a shot in the dark. And then if it's not confirmed, we'll swap them. We'll just go based on facial hair. Times are ours for free. I'm just gonna be, at this point, do I just drop a cover of it? No, I'm kidding. I could. That'd be very funny. I played The Roottrees Are Dead, and I ended up deciding to cover These Times. This is very nice. Times will all be over. Dew dries on the morning clover. That should drop the number on here, right? Yeah. Times are ours for free. Okay. So the way that those numbers work is like if it leads to something else that leads to a hint, then it counts against that one. Okay, so also can I just like I like how they have the attributions. No, I just wanted to listen to the Roottrees song. Wait, hold on. I'm playing it again. We're gonna periodically click back in to start the song again. Okay. Better for Butler County. Have I acknowledged that she has a baby that's due? We know this. Don't know what else could be missing from there. I think the main one I'm going to focus on is rolling down to the city should give us a lot more on this group. Okay. Ah, these times. The echo. Oh, over. Rose for free. Okay, well, let's just... They're telling me that's a dead end. Over the record players. Oh! What if I just like Googled these? Riot Girl. I'm just gonna Google the posters. Montjoy. Let's just look up Montjoy. I probably have to look at a specific Montjoy. Tales of Suspense. Character does not have any superhuman abilities or powers. Focus on ordinary people and are always solved by the end of the issue. The missing branch. On her deathbed, an old woman reveals she has a secret child and demands all of its descendants share her immense wealth. Wait, isn't this literally what's happening to us right now? And demands all of its descendants. What are these? Oh, those are very classy hands. I think of Those Are the Days by Mary Hopkins. I've not heard that. I will have to look into that song after. I have not heard of it. On her deathbed, an old woman reveals she had a secret child. Demands all of its descendants share in her immense wealth. The woman had secretly hired an artist who specialized in tiny illustrations to help make sure they were included, despite her evil father's attempts to stop her. Oh, that's crazy. Crazy if true. Eunice Montjoy. That's interesting. This side of the family is matrilineal. This branch right here is matrilineal. Yeah, we tried. Okay, so that's the posters. There should be more in that one about Sam and scandals. They're probably all similar. You missed. I did indeed miss. We miss a lot on this channel. People are always boasting about how they don't miss. Yeah, that's a lie. It's like saying you never lied in your life. Yeah, okay. Yeah, nice try. Rejects to run the farm. Okay. Book review for Steamy Correspondence by Tina Angelina. Oh, wait. Tina Angelina. Steamy Correspondence. Got it! Hello. Hello. Hello! Historical letters with an erotic twist. Each letter is accompanied by a context from the book's author. A letter from the book has been added to your pages. Why are we reading such steamy letters? Okay, hold on. Steamy correspondence. Look at that steam. Why is it like on a salt shaker? Someone who goes by Patch. Time to open AO3 on Roottrees. Yo, for real. We're opening AO3, guys. Don't get me banned. Don't get me banned. Steamy gossips. Okay, I am actually trained as an archivist, and I will say you can find a lot of steamy gossips in archives. I actually also have a friend from school who is working in a church archives, and yeah, apparently there's some steamy like nun gossip in there, you know, and like when you got nothing else, nowhere else to keep your stuff but to like write up in diaries and things like that, you can get a lot of steamy gossips out of the archives. You can have a good time in there. I was like, before AO3. No, somebody goes by Patch wrote a letter full of innuendos to an unknown gentleman who it's clear she had a romantic history with. This must be Patricia. Patricia Christensen, a daughter of the owner of Christensen Steel. Spider search. Oh, okay, lame. Her nickname was Pat, and see each of the first two letters of her last name, and Patricia Christensen was known to appreciate wordplay. I can appreciate that too. You know what? Pop off, Patricia. Who would have been in her mid-20s, was married to an older man of no notable status. This letter was most definitely not to him. Also, a few other passages after the steamy bits that mentioned a daughter, leading Tina Angelina to theorize this letter was written to the father of a child she hid from society. Sam Roottree. Now, was this written to... Oh. So this is written to Elias Jr., and it mentions a twisted twin. If not for her story, yours and mine would be the most tragic tale ever told. How awful is it that such beauty was ripped from its rightful fate, and worse, sent to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin. Left an outcast, forced to a life of labor under a wicked relative. Huh. Okay. Start of a children's fable. She deserves not the life he has been sentenced to. I can't stand to be apart from you both. Someday I shall return to you, and I pray that he has not corrupted her to know his sins. I swear that on that joyous day, all the strength I can muster, I will fight for our child's freedom. Let us pray her fable has a I am going to read words badly. Has a happy ending. Tina has no theory for what more the cryptic parts mean. Let's do a spider search on this. Alright. So that means that the lady at the door is Sam Ritchie's twin sister, possibly. Or they mean Elias Jr. had a twin that Sam was forced to work under. But I don't see any twins, and they would have been legitimate. So my guess is Sam has another sister. That's the lady at the door. She's trying to prove her lineage so she can get the inheritance or become the president. Maybe? Maybe. There's a story about a monk that swore an oath of chastity. When he was alone with a woman once, he burned his hand on a candle to not think the naughties. It's like that one meme. Or it's not even a meme, I think it's actually real people. Who, like, to remain pure and, like, even though they were married, what they would do is if they, like, started to have, like, very sexual thoughts, the dude would, like, eat a whole raw potato and the woman would, like, spray cold water in her face. It's got the same energy as that, except this guy, like, went a step further and burned his hand on it. Church archives are great. Yeah, church archives have some wild stuff in them. And, I mean, yeah, you can open them for genealogy, but you can also open them for some other cool stuff. Hello, greetings. Long time no see. Those are some stunning emotes. What is this? Feral. That is a beautiful emote. You pop off. Beautiful. How's it going? All right. So we have a twisted twin. I'm at war with Mark. Yeah, okay. Enjoy. I hope you have a great conflict. That makes no sense, but here we are. Okay. Scandal. Harbored a secret romance at the age of 16. She became pregnant, and after birth, her baby. Okay. Her baby. We don't know if she had twins. We don't know if there were twins. This is the fun part. I'm pretty certain there were twins. Because personal letters will be a little bit better than the official record when it comes to things like that. So, official record will say Sam is the only one. And it's interesting because the grandfather, when he was dying, declared... Elias declared Sam legitimate, but not her twin. Not even surprised. What have you done? Yeah. He has rep, that's why he's my mod. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Until she reappeared, now going by Patsy. Patsy, what's your... Patsy... What if I go under, like... Patch? That's not gonna work. What about Patsy Christensen? I probably am not spelling her name right. Christensen. Okay. How about Patsy Roottrees? How about Patricia? Okay, now we're gonna check the periodicals for the local news. Ah, okay, there we go. Because local newspapers, if they're old enough, will also have birth and death announcements. They'll also have some of the comings and goings of people. So if they they kind of treated it like the way people treat social media nowadays. So like, oh yeah, these 3 people went on a trip somewhere. They used to have people's addresses in there as well. So I'm not surprised that there's a family record here. This is important. Because also she's from a fairly important family or a fairly important company locally. So that'll help too. Why you want to collect periodicals like newspapers, magazines. Very important. Some are old birth announcements from then owner. Okay, we're just gonna... The only name that looks familiar is Patricia, the third of his 4 children. Stating that the vice president of the United States stopped there to visit the factory floor. Company stopped being advertised around 1949. Around that time, there's a blurb saying Matthias is stepping down and attempting to sell the company. Okay, the other one we can check is Business Watch. He's not a big enough business guy. So I'm kind of not surprised. There was also... Okay. Some are old birth announcements. Am I supposed to get a picture of her? No, I'm not. Okay. I think... It's weird that I got that information, though. Like, this dead ends me into the envelope, which I kind of don't like because we already knew the envelope was going to have some sort of secret. I don't actually know if this person, because this is initials, I don't know if we'll find anything. Yeah, okay. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited. Okay. We're gonna ignore that page for now. There's another one on Clark. This is important, because I do need more info on Clark. Clark's gotten married again. Sure, I lost Jacob. Gwen divorced Wild Bill. I guess it was inevitable someone would remarry. Just wish it wasn't my son. Lord knows Eli C. stepped up. Clark isn't Superman? No, no, not Clark Kent. Clark Rafferty. Different guy. Not Superman. He's in advertising. She got sent to EC. A local farmhand named EC. See, that's the other gap I have right now, is I don't have EC. Eli C. practically raised them. Because of Eli Jr. But I don't think that's the one. I'm missing someone here. Oh, wait, no, it's Eli C. because he practically raised these two. But he wouldn't have been able to raise Samantha. Because I'm just wondering who EC is who raised Samantha. Is this capitalized for a reason? I don't think it is. Some people just capitalize things funny. What about your initial list? I'm pretty certain I know who EC is now. I don't have a list of initials, if that's what you mean. Okay, let's see here. What else can I crunch? What else can I crunch on? There's a newspaper clipping. That's not going to be helpful. There's 4 in rolling down to the city. There's a lot more behind this kind of trail of Diamond LaRue in them. Or are they called, like, what were her fans called? Like the Dazzlers or something? Oh, okay. Was there anything else? No, okay. There's also some pictures I guess I could, like... Okay, well... These are all placed incorrect. 5 pieces is done. Next gen, I'm missing a couple of correct ones. Sam. We gathered on the warehouse floor, okay. One Eli's down all the way to the left, but he was outvoted. They insisted the 4 of us stand together. 1, 2, 3, 4 is my guess here. So by default, this has to be Edward Roottrees, right? That's my problem, is I don't have any info on him. know nothing about Edward. This is the other interesting thing. He is the youngest in Lauren's generation, and I know nothing about him because if I knew something about him, I could start populating this section, and that's a blood relative here. Right? So that's the other issue. This person should be a child. Because this is Jim and Diamond's kid, Candy. I don't know how I actually got this. Gonna be completely honest, I don't actually know how I got this. Maybe it's wrong, because I don't know how I got it. I see why this game is probably best played in one sitting, though. Because then you don't forget how you got to certain pieces. Okay, who have we not finished here? Gwyneth. Okay, that's fine. Gwendoline. Morden. His child is not being placed. Oh, I love it when we have unidentified children. Please identify your children on the pictures. Thank you. Oh, we think this is James. All right. Okay, in that case, I did switch the pictures for James and Clark, and that's why. So who's the unidentified child? That's the other question I could ask, is who's this child? Okay. Every 20 or so years, the Roottrees will hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's a teenager in the middle. Okay. Sorry about the water damage, pipe burst in Carl's office. On the back of the photo, in childish writing, it says November. The free spirits. So it is this line. Okay. So, Bonnie, next president, Guy Hudson. So now we're just going to start checking. Bonnie Hudson, next president, Guy Hudson. Ernie Jr. Oh wait, do we look into Guy Hudson? I feel like we would have looked into Guy Hudson. They added fancy flavors to the 5 pieces. Then anyone could live like the wealthy. Mr. Guy. Mr. Guy indeed. Okay. And then to mimic caviar. Caviar, 5 pieces. Okay, I don't need that. I need caviar, 5 pieces. Okay, let's go back to the fancy flavors. Twin sisters, they both appeared. Okay. Okay. Alright. Let's try them in Butler County. Okay. Okay, so we know that they all die unfortunately if they become president. Some of them are accidents, heavy air quotes. Witnesses report the vehicle was instigating the wreck was speeding, swerved between lanes, and cutting off other drivers well for at least 5 or 6 minutes before the tragic accident. Could have been any one of us who they eventually ran off the road. Accidents. You can't see because I'm a VTuber, but heavy air quotes there. Accidents. The aggressor fled after the accident, quote unquote, and the police have few leads other than the make and model of the car. He and his wife had no children. Huh. He was not president for very long. Is this just if I search Guy Hudson? This is is all I get. Seems like a bit of a dead end. I'm hesitant to write things off as a dead end in this game because I know that to get in this envelope, I'm going to need... It says here you may even require some leaps in logic. And these names have to be typed in manually, which means they're probably not on the list. What if I just looked up Bonnie Hudson? Swap this. Okay. The other thing is Bonnie's last name wouldn't have been Hudson. It would have been Kellogg. Wait, is it 2 G's on that Kellogg? Yeah, it is. Is Bonnie short for a longer name? That is a good question. Her name on the family tree should be her full name, though, I think. But that's a good question. If we can find a full name, that would be helpful, maybe. Poison potato, hit by a car, got under a ravine. Poison potato. Poison potato. Electric shock, potato. Car crash, potato. This is why you don't eat the poison potato in Minecraft. You will die an unfortunate death. To an accident. It was only an accident. Who put that poison potato there anyways? Crazy. I will say my brain is very, very fried today, so we'll see if we can even get like... We'll probably go for about 1 more hour, but I can feel the brain lagging so hard. Green taters is poison. Are underripe potatoes actually poisonous to eat? I know you aren't supposed to eat raw potatoes, I don't think. I tried it when I was a kid. It tasted terrible. I don't recommend it. Green taters are poisonous. That would make sense. Is it? It's not arsenic, right? That would not make sense. It's not arsenic in there, is it? It's not. I swear it's not arsenic. I don't know why my brain's thinking arsenic. Watch it actually be arsenic. And then as it like matures, the chemical like goes down or something? Is that how it works? We'll leverage the power of chat to check if poisonous potatoes are real. Poisonous potatoes should be real. Always leads back to the potato. Exactly. It's me. I'm the potato. No, but then that would mean that if the green potatoes are the poisonous potatoes, that would mean that the only reason that people are pulling poisonous potatoes in Minecraft is because they're pulling them before they're ripe. I guess. Well, not that you would know that, obviously. But that would be the reason of what's happening there. Which is a little wild to me. Okay. Bonnie Hudson. Guy Hudson. Ernie Jr. So they should be on this line. Ernest Jr. Madsen. Perfect. Ernie Jr. Caroline Morden. Okay. Gwyneth Madsen, sorry. She's not a housewife. She is not a housewife. Gwyneth Cattrall. Let's try it with Cattrall. She's not a housewife, and that's why it is annoying to try and find her. Nothing in Butler County. Potato duck. Solanine, probably. Solanine is what is in green taters, typically spoiled potatoes or newly sprouted ones. Oh, so the Minecraft potatoes could also be spoiled. And solanine is what kills you? Is that what it is? Wait. What does solanine do to the body? Toxic symptoms. Yeah, okay, that's not helpful. Nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, hallucinations, paralysis, and even death in some severe cases. Solanine. It's digestive issues. Possibly death. Okay, so don't eat the green potatoes. Do not eat the green potatoes. If you get a potato, it is green, don't eat it. Don't eat the poisonous potatoes. That's what we've learned today. We've learned one thing. Food safety. Perfect. Stunning. This is exactly what we came here for. Jim, Roottrees, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. Eli M. Who the heck's Eli M? Who the heck is Eli M? Alright. We do not know who Eli M is. I've apparently lost Eli M. Oh no, he's right there. Wait, why is he on this tree? He's too far up. He's not a free spirit. He's a next gen. Or not a next gen. Sorry. 5 pieces next gen free spirit. He's a 5 piece or next gen. He's definitely next gen. Why is he in the fucking free spirit one? I'm confused. Confuzzled, you could say. Okay, unlabeled child. See, here's my issue with the unlabeled child. In theory, the unlabeled child, due to age, should be somewhere along the free spirit line or one down. Right? So what if I just put the unlabeled child here? Because then that would make them the child of Edward. Right? Because that would make sense. Photobomb. Yeah, random kid just photobomb. The kid's not even related, no. Then that would make this the child of Edward Roottrees, who, honestly, in this line here, is the youngest one. Like, in the free spirits, Edward is by far the youngest. So I wouldn't be surprised if Edward's child, as a result, was considerably younger looking. Maybe the child just saw that there was a picture getting taken and got into the frame too. See, this is also very possible. Okay, so we have Mystery Child. How many Roottrees do we have left? Christina Roottrees. What if I just look up? Because the issue with this person is I have nothing on them. Like, I have nothing on their mom. I have nothing on their dad. I have a little bit on I have some stuff on their grandfather. Nothing on them either. So I'm gonna guess that this is the child. Could not tell you for sure. We just got a child here. We can also take some guesses at this baby. This baby who should be a Roottrees. Okay, wait. I don't have enough confirmed guesses, though. I need 4, and then I just need to be filling in the last one. Could it be a grandkids? Like, a grandkids from the top line here? Because then that would mean they'd have to be on this line. Or do you mean a grandkid of someone else? Like one of these. Like, are you thinking this is one of, like, James and Diamond's kids? Maybe the child isn't real in Photoshop. Okay, alright. We're starting to get a little off our rockers here. But who is a little off the rockers? All the best people are. Okay. Why Sam? Including Miracle's boys, Sam and Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy. She got raised by EC at the Anderson farm. All three are on the books. As in they got paid by the farm, is my understanding of what that phrase is used for in this context. Eli, Miracle's youngest and not my brother. Minnie Mike alongside the farm. Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how the... Okay. I'm pretty certain that means Sam's a mechanic. Because he was thrilled. He understood it. No one else understood it. That must mean that Sam's a mechanic. Or at least has an interest in it. So that's one. We need to change her profession. The child we can start guessing for 4. So I still need 2 more correct ones to be able to start brute forcing the child's name. Oh, Lord. Okay, so... At this point, my best guesses are to try and find Gwendoline Morden's occupation? This kid's gonna be underaged. We know that Steven Wilson was famous. Yeah. Doctor to the Roottrees sisters. He's a relative. There's also a quote credited to the child. Jason, your suspect. You suspect might not have been written by a 10-year-old. Yes. Okay. Let's periodical search this. Opera's at a Warrendale. Okay. What about in, like... Since he's a doctor, maybe he got quoted in, like, an article? Okay. Yeah, okay. I didn't think looking up the place would help either. Also, chat, this is your 1-hour reminder. Please grab food, water, stretch, check in on yourself, your loved ones, and your pets. Thank you for hanging out here for what? 1 hour, 1 minute, and 50 seconds. I think I'm only gonna go another hour. I can already feel the tiredness kicking in, and the brain is lagging quite hard. Be a bit of a shorter stream today for sure. Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two. Told trim their tree, their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special? My question is, If Sam... Okay, so I think this is where the inconsistency comes into play. So Patsy and Elias Jr. were found out by Elias and Gwyneth to have Sam, illegitimately. Patricia was like 16. Here's the thing. They said that they hid Sam. However, Sam has a twin, but they never talk about the twin in any of the other documentation. I'm pretty certain that the twin is in that envelope. That's one of two. Two names that must be typed in manually. One of them is a Roottrees, and one of them is her kid. Or one of them is a Roottrees, or there's like triplets or something. One of them's a Roottrees and then like a spouse or something like that. So it's just weird to me that when Elias announced that Sam was to be included, why not the twin? Why just Sam? That's my question. And that's where I think the steamy correspondence is a little... That's where I think this comes into play as well. What if they mix up the twins and the archer? Which one is Sam? Okay. That would be very unfortunate. Not great. Rip the twins. Somebody goes by Patch, wrote a letter full of innuendos to an unknown gentleman. Oh, wait. Is she relevant? Does she need a job? No. Okay, because I was going to say, we could start taking guesses at her job and count that, because we know where she sits. No, not relevant. The theorized letter was written to the father of a child she hid from society. Your brother's twisted twin. Elias Jr. Does twisted twin mean a literal twin? Okay, because I'm rereading this and now I'm a little confused. If not for her story, so her being the daughter, so this is probably Sam. If not for her story, yours and mine would be the most tragic tale ever told. As in, hers is the only thing more tragic than ours. Okay. How awful is it that such beauty was ripped from its rightful fate, and worse, sent to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin? Okay. Left an outcast, forced to a life of labor under a wicked relative. It's like something from the start of a children's fable. EC is a relative. She deserved not the life he has been sentenced to. I cannot stand to be apart from you both. Wait. Someday I shall return to you, and I pray that he has not corrupted her to know his sins. I swear that on that joyous day, with all the strength I can muster, I'll fight for our child's freedom. Wait. I'm reading this again. Is the twin EC? The farmhand? Because now that I think about it, if EC is a relative, why is EC working on the farm as a farmhand and not in some position of power? Because typically it sounds like the Roottrees within their own business will take either they'll go externally to work, or they'll take a position of some kind of power. They'll own the farm. They'll run the company. They'll make candy. They'll run their own business. But they never seem to work for anyone else. Really, other than other Roottrees. I guess technically, yeah, they work for another Roottrees, but they wouldn't work in a farmhand position. That's where I'm starting to see the inconsistency. So I wonder if the evil twin is not Sam's twin, but rather EC is the twin to Elias Jr. Someday I shall return. Let us pray her fable has a happy ending. Tina has no theory for what the more cryptic parts of that mean. Because this has to do with Patsy's children or Patch's children, I'm going to guess that this is where our answer to that manual type enters. So now here's the question. Here's the question. Sam Christensen. Samantha Christensen. She would not have gone as Roottrees, right? She would have gone as Roottrees, maybe? When she got acknowledged again. Because when her name was read out on the will, it was Roottrees. President of a big company by heritage, farmhand by greater calling. Honestly. More like farmhand by, like, forced. Forced farmhand by your prestigious family. Okay. Okay, so I'm running out of options of what to start locking in. I'm gonna start clearing ones I don't know. That might be a better option as well here. To not leave, like, false guesses. I know, I can almost guarantee, I want to say, that Sam is a mechanic. I can't 100% it, but I want to be very confident in that one. The housewives are really just a guess there. Okay, who is James's mom? Elias C. Roottrees. He worked in advertising. I know that is true, and I got that off of one of the ones that indirectly said that James' dad was an advertiser or something. It didn't really say a whole ton. Don't know what Edward did. Also don't know if that's the kid. I feel like... Okay. If I get the 4, my guess is I get the next 4, and then I get dumped a random hint. I get called on the phone or something. Because that puts me at 46 out of 49, and I'm starting to run a little dry on clues and pictures. Mostly pictures. I'm actually running very dry on pictures right now. And that's one thing that I need more of. I'm just making sure I have used all of the pictures, because I am running out, and it would be good to have some. Okay, comics and patrons are encouraged to wear costumes. The Laugh Lounge. Okay. Ah, yes, this is where we got the breast milk cheese that everyone's so fond of. Brother Trouble, who retired for the birth of her first child. Oh, it's in Reno, so it won't be in Butler times. Okay. What if the pictures you selected aren't correct? Anything in blue is also possibly not correct. That is true. I just need to have one correct picture for everybody. That's the thing. You need to have one correct picture per person to lock. So... One, two... I know that Caroline said something about, like, the other women giving up their dreams to become housewives, but that must mean that their occupation is not listed as housewife. Their occupation is listed as their actual occupation before they got married. Like, their dream occupation, basically. So, in this record, they would be listed under that as their true occupation, not as housewife. Because housewife was not their final or main occupation. First was craft singles, now it's breast milk cheese. Yeah, there's a weird dairy obsession or dairy substitute obsession on this channel. That and organs. We are an interesting bunch here, that's for sure. It's funny because this past weekend I saw like a ton of just Twitter posts about like Offkai or whatever. It was Offkai Expo. I don't know what the full name of it is. The conference thing. Not conference. I say conference like an academic. No, not a conference. Convention. That's what you call a non-academic conference. And it's funny because I was thinking, you know, if I ever ended up actually doing like, you know, getting to a size and getting the organization together to go to something like that in panel or something, or like have a concert, mini concert or something or whatever. You people, if you show up, I guarantee you'll be yelling for bringing craft singles and like eating them or something and like yelling about organs, and the con staff would be like, bruh, what is wrong with your audience? Why are they so deranged? Most people just have like slightly sexual audiences or like kind of weird inside jokes. Meanwhile, my group is like yelling about craft singles and breast milk cheese and like taking your legs off and like, yeah, okay, that's a bunch. That's a bunch of people. That is a fan base and a half. Okay, we're gonna take this name off. Oh, God. Okay, we're not gonna do this either. I think it was last occupation that had to be selected. Which occupation? Okay, so we have 2 that we could, in theory, get occupations off of, and that would get us to the 45. Or the 46. That would get us to 46. Because then all I have to do is brute force this kid's name. This entire right side is basically done. What if I looked up Margolite? I don't know. What if I look up Jack Roottrees? Wait, is he Roottrees? He's a Roottrees, right? Because his mom's famous, so I'm certain he might be in, like, something. Yeah, no, I genuinely am not sure how to crunch any of this at this point. We did find one thing today, which was typing in the band in the search. Okay, this one is fine. Musicians or artists or something of the sort. So this person here, if this may not be the picture, but this person should also be something free spirit-esque according to Lauren. So some sort of artist or musician or actress, something like that, other than Carl. But we know what Carl's doing. Carl! Most rebellious thing any of us ever do is bring someone home via legal marriage if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. My guess is I find something on Edward, and that's probably what it is. Carl! Let's go to Candy Mountain, Carl. Okay. Who is it illegal to marry in southern USA? I'm gonna assume that Pennsylvania is pretty far south or central. Ah, you cannot marry your cousin. Where did you marry your cousin? Okay, here's the thing though. All of your cousins have spouses. And there's also no line. There's no line from that spouse to Carl. Not Carl. Edward. Wait, cousins. I'm looking on the wrong row. Cousins. Okay, Hudson. Lansing. Madsen. But it is Charlie that goes to Candy Mountain. Charlie. Wait, I said Carl. Hold on. But it is Charlie. That's okay. Carl can go too. More friends at Candy Mountain never hurt nobody. Okay, so we have unknown spouse. The illegal cousin spouse probably is my guess. Cousin. Yay, cousin. Carl was the lamb with the hat. I never watched the series. I've only seen the memes. There's also the one about like, what is it? The your face jokes where they're like on a rope bridge, and one of them's like your face sucks. It's like the one of the guys like you suck, and the other one's like your face sucks. It's like that's not a good comeback. Your comeback is a face or something. Your comeback sucks. I don't remember what it was. I can't remember the meme. But here we are. Everyone else on this line has a spouse. Wait, what year is this? Hold on. 1964. Who was it illegal to marry? Southern USA. Late 1960s. Oh, racism. Anti-miscegenation. Words. Carl. Stabbing people kills them, Carl. Don't stab people, Carl. I was not in incognito mode Googling them. Don't worry. I was on my streamer account on my Chrome. Perfect. Stunning. It's okay. They asked me I was playing the Roottrees are dead. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, Shirley. It's fine. Yeah, the legal marriage piece is probably going to be my next helpful thing. Wait, what if I... disconnect and reconnect. Disconnect and reconnect my brain, more like it. Family Doku, Alphabet Davis. Secret Searcher. Wait. What if I just... Ah! Okay, he's in fact descended from pirates. Secret Searcher reverses. Accelerated timeline? Okay. Puzzle books related to genealogy. Left out some of the first two books' beloved characters. Reframe elements of the second book in more subtle ways, retroactively making reverses feel a bit more at home. And the beginning was written as a conclusion. When the fourth was released, there were rumors that it was written specifically to bankroll an electronic of his true passion, the puzzle books. Huh. These books are not related to your investigation into the Roottrees in any way. You could revisit them for old time's sake, but as each volume is more complex than the last, it might be counterproductive considering you have a job to do. Say less. As a reminder, these are not related. However, comma, we will look. And then there's also reverses. As a reminder. Oh my god, they actually have like a full summary of it. Oh wait. I didn't copy it down. Public library. Why? Does it just go by ends and beginnings? There we go. The third book. Okay, this is definitely not related. Try looking up Kiera Alucyn. Yeah, you know what? Nothing is related. We're not relevant in this universe. That tracks. Okay. Family Doku. The erased names of the Genesis. Perfect. Aha! Currently final book. And they put together a large summary on it that's not even loading. Alright. Not relevant. We just looked at them even though we were told they're not relevant. That's okay. Wanna play with the Etch-a-Sketch? Wanna play with the Etch-a-Sketch? Let me play with the Etch-a-Sketch. Am I getting distracted? Potentially. No family fortune to inherit. Nope. I will not be inheriting any family fortunes today. Okay. Ah, here we go. The Montjoys. We're just gonna look at all the posters. That's fine. Popular family among armchair genealogists, researchers have spent countless hours sifting through old records. You decided you earned a break, so you rewarded yourself to a web search on Pip Gittens, your favorite Montjoy. English sweating sickness, which victims drenched in sweat and dead within hours. He remained bedridden for months, always teetering on the brink of death. Huh. Pip the perspiring. Rip. Social death instead of physical death. Always wore a large hat and portraits to cover it up. Blame was placed squarely upon Gittens. Wow. Few dared to even meet his gaze. Desperate to avoid losing their estate, Lady Montjoy, pragmatic above all, wasn't afraid of disease, but she was afraid of his reputation. The children would take her family name instead of his. If anyone asked, he claimed to be a distant cousin. In a scandal plagued and often absurd bloodline. Here's the interesting thing. It's the idea that because of the scandal, the family name will go to the mother, so it's a little less traceable, and then they'll pretend that the father is just a relative or a friend or something. So, my guess is this envelope is not Roottrees. This envelope is Christensen. That's the other guess I'm going to make here. That being said, it is a manual type-in. I fully understand that that will cause issues for me down the line, because if I go... Yeah, there's no one left. There's really not a lot of names left, and I know that those last two have to be manual types. The internet's telling me to go back to work? Yep. The internet's like, stop fooling around and looking at random posters in your house. Even though you are an armchair genealogist yourself. So you know what? Classic armchair genealogy can't hurt. A little mental break, you know? Just a little brain break. That being said, I can feel my brain lagging. I know we only put in like 4 people and potentially 1 unlabeled child. But I think I might actually just end here today. My brain is lagging. Your brain is lagging. All of our brains are lagging. I need dinner. So what I will do is I think I'm actually just going to give this a swapperoo. Pop on the funny music. Pop on the funny music. I'm just gonna save the Roottrees game here real quick. So that I don't burn my CPU down, because we all know my CPU is a little laggy, but it's doing its best. It's doing its damn best. Yeah, so next time I think we're gonna have to figure out a way to actually crunch some of that stuff from Clark and Sam. But the big thing I think is gonna get traced is probably we're gonna get a lot of that side out of the Jim Roottrees line because of how famous he is. He just like should have a lot of info online, because he was a famous musician, several bands, several releases. Like, I think that that's really the route to go. I don't know how to go that route. But yes, I'm off hungry. It's time to eat. Not craft singles and not breast milk cheese. No, I gotta go make some actual food here. That being said, thank you all for tuning in. I will not raid again today. But have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever's your local time is. And hopefully next week will be a little bit longer, but we'll see how it goes. Streaming after work is really not the play, I don't think. Might have to go back to weekends. There is something I'm going to be in this weekend. I'm not going to stream it, just probably due to technical stuff. I don't know how heavy the mod pack will be, but it's a fundraiser that one of my friends and contacts, Jake Creates, is running with Bad Cop for Gamers Outreach, which is a neat organization. I've done events with them in the past. In another reality, and they bring video games to kids in hospitals. I will be in that stream. I'll put a link in our server, our Discord server, but I don't think I'm going to go live just because, again, I don't know. The mod pack hasn't released yet, so I actually don't know if I'll be able to run it and stream. There's a chance I won't be able to, so I'm just not going to stream. But I will link it. Y'all can show up if you would like to. It's a cool cause. Some very cool people there. It'll be chaotic. Lots of Minecraft. I need to update my skin before then. Oh god, the rush. But yeah, other than that, we'll see about next week's stream, and I'll see about as well getting Odyssey. I'm tempted to buy the RimWorld DLC, but I want to see a little bit of gameplay from it first, and I also want to see the mods that come out around it. I like the idea of being a space nomad, though. That being said, all of that, thank you for turning in. Oh my gosh, you can see the brain's not working. The letters are not computing in the head. Head a little empty today. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever is your local time zone. We'll see you when you... Words. We'll see you when we see you. Sometime in some other reality when I'm hopefully a little less tired. That being said, keep your eyeballs freshly peeled on the Discord because that's where these announcements will come up. There is a role to select as well if you're interested in live announcements. I'll try to remember to announce a few hours before when I'm going to go live so that y'all have a bit of a heads up. I am your erratic streamer from someone who used to be very regular, unfortunately. Life hit me in the nutsack. Crazy. But yes, later. Thank you for tuning in. Have fun. Don't slip. But if you do slip, pick yourself up off the floor before the ice melts. As all people say in curling. Don't melt the ice unevenly. Later.